Okay, hello, welcome to Let's Talk Talk Tech, November 10th, 2022. We have one topic in the agenda from Gage. It's about this issue, documentation. Start with simple descriptions, thought station projects. Gage.
Yeah. Um, so at the bottom, I added some acceptance criteria, and I don't know if we wanted to talk about what each project's simple description should be in this meeting, or if we should just talk about where it should live and maybe the format of it. Best place for it.
So right now we have some uh, hardships which we are facing with documentation. So I think the goal for this is to resolve those hardships. So the ones which we are facing right now is we have the website which is primarily like who can look through that. It's mostly for developers. That's what it seems like. Then there's the search site, uh, which is an extension, but how do you get to that? Uh, and things like that. It's something which we haven't described. Then there we have Cabashare website, which we haven't really touched, or it's not formatted properly. And then there is the whole README and things which are there in different projects, right? Uh, so I think the goal is to like have them in a concise way, so it's easy to move around between these three things or between them. That's what I feel. One thing which we do also is the way we are populating the documentation is via Sphinx. Is that the way we should be continuing to follow? Is the next thing which I feel uh, is the hardship which we are facing. So if you can click in the website, like as you were clicking right now, uh, if you click on home, where will take you? Takes you to the help home page, right? But
Yeah, the homepage is this one.
yeah,
Right.
so like if this is the first interface which a user sees, or user developer who contributor whoever it is, right? Uh, like what can be made out of it, right? That's the question. Uh, Maybe we should start with small TLDR, like okay, like we have written what project auth is, but hit Thamus advice, something like that, and here's something like that. Uh, Maybe have proper ordering of things on the tab. We have YouTube first and all the rest later. So is that what we want? Those kind of things. Uh, if I am a developer, where should I go? If I am a user, where should I go? Uh, this is what I feel like were discussed in past. Like, okay, we don't have answers for this, so let's resolve this. Um, so that's why it's a topic for every one of us. How do we see? Because we are also the developers and we are also the users. So yeah.
So on the main Thoth page, there's that one big blue button, which I think if anyone came to that page, they would either press that or the get involved in the top right. So I don't think they would explore any of the tabs until they sort of look through these bits. Once you get here, you kind of get into a very information heavy page. So I think either updating the get involved and get started are kind of, in my opinion, the developers would be get involved, and then get started would be for the users. But do we want the landing page like this one to be still be where we keep all the developer information, or do we want to reformat that into something else? And where does the help page fit in? Do we want the help page to, we could have the help page, I guess, completely encompass all this and organize everything in one spot. So instead of get involved linking to one site and get started linking to another, we could have it all just linked to the help page, which could tell people like getting support or developer support, user support.
Great question. And I guess that's what we have to answer.
Right. I mean, what do people think? Should we try to consolidate everything into one spot, or should we keep it into the separate spots and add more linkage between? Because I think one of the main confusing points is that there's multiple different pages that have sometimes duplicate information or similar information.
Yeah, definitely we should reduce duplicates. Yeah, like for example, this, I mean, might be silly, but this set of links to different places is kind of repeated here in the,
Right.
yeah. And also, yeah, I get what you say about get involved is probably more oriented to the contributors and this one to users, but it's not clear, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even then, this issue, the original issue, is more about maybe even a kind of a third point, which is a project overview, both for developers and contributors. Just what does project Thoth cover? So
Right. And that I think should be on this page, because if someone's coming to this page and they don't know if they want to get started yet, because I mean, all they really have to know about Thoth is this small little snippet. And if that doesn't entice them enough, they're not going to press get started. So we need to have stuff on this page saying what our core products are or our core services are. So possibly advisor, and then maybe like API, Jupyter notebooks, and maybe the search page. I don't know. We could put all of them down there. I don't know how many we want to display, but just like a simple scroll down, because right now what we have is you scroll down, Pep. We say how we help developers, but we don't actually have any information on what that is or like where we can actually access that or what it's called. Because I don't think we reference advisor anywhere on this page.
right.
That's what I think. I think we should, if we're going to add the list of services, it should be on this page, either under how we help developers or instead of.
Yeah, I agree. So in other words, the question of where do we render this? Actually, so there's this proposal. We cannot put them here. Actually, if we put them here, it will actually be hidden behind the help page, right? So
Right. Yeah. I that was just my first thought. I think now they should probably go here, which it would mean editing sort of the actual like main page. It wouldn't be in some markdown file anymore, most likely. So maintainability is a little less because it's not a simple markdown file. It's going to be in HTML, but it's not really too big of a deal as long as we're not changing it too much.
mhm.
But let's see.
So that brings to another big question, right? Like the main website is on Theme Jackal, right? Which
Mhm.
is and the documentation is coming through Sphinx, which has Sphinx default theme, and the help side is on Gatsby theme. So we have three different themes for all our total documentation. Uh, So first thing, maybe we could see if we can resolve it into two themes or one theme. Uh, I also tried to look up if Jackal, so if Gatsby had a plugin for Sphinx, but unfortunately, I couldn't find anything like that. And the way I understand Gatsby is we are putting everything into a markdown, and that's getting rendered into HTML, right? Uh, for Sphinx, it's all the doc strings in Python code or anywhere that's getting rendered into HTML. So maybe this could be our first task from technical point of view, and from non-technical point of view, we should start a document where we describe what should go on the main page, what should go on the go on the button, what should go into the documentation, things like that, ordering, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so consolidating everything into a single theme.
Yeah.
Do we know which we want to go for?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's start a document. Like, let's start a doc in Google Docs, which is shared with everyone, so everyone can put their views on it. So I
Okay.
could say, oh, let's have advisor on the top, but maybe someone else feels, apart from advisor, maybe we should show the ask am I a GIF which shows okay advisor running, things like that.
Yeah,
So yeah, anything which we think which we can
but
as a team focus on. Yeah.
I meant, do we know, are we gonna keep things like, are we gonna keep Sphinx, Jekyll, and Gatsby all, but like, which one are we going to try to consolidate everything into?
Yeah, that's the parallel task which we are doing, right? And parallelly, this is the non-technical one. The technical one is we will try to figure out if we can consolidate all of them into one or which one to pick, which we don't know the answer yet.
Okay,
And I know Operate First is using Gatsby. Maybe we can follow that, or maybe there's a good one apart from these three. So probably that.
I think the more, this is just my opinion, but I think the more bots and auto generation stuff we do makes it a little bit more confusing, because at least for Sphinx, looking through that, it's for someone trying to at least contribute or to try to find the source of the documentation. It's not easy, in my opinion, but
Right.
I think Gatsby does a good job being able to separate things out or pulling from different sources and being
Mhm.
able to jump to that source to see where it's coming from. Because all of our documentation's on GitHub somewhere. It's just buried in different spots, but the source isn't always known.
Yeah, probably we can do that then. Start with Gatsby, so we can explore this option and tackle this.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in the background. I was searching. I thought we had a different issue for a similar
There was
goal.
one. There was one in.
Yeah, but I couldn't find it.
We closed it and then we opened this one. I think.
Well, I cannot find it right now, but
Yeah, I'm trying for it.
meanwhile, yeah, okay, thanks for Gage for taking notes. Then that back to the original issue, that original issue would be one step in this whole revamp, and yeah, I mean it would be part of the revamp, right? So, Okay. Anything else? You found the issue.
Yeah, I initially thought it would be easier to do it that way, but there were a lot of combinations. And probably that was the difficult part.
Okay, so we will follow up by maybe we would reopen this one.
I think we probably could.
Sorry,
No.
didn't get you.
I think we probably could just reopen it. No reason to recreate it.
Okay, and we will update it. This. Yeah, we will expand with we will expand with the discussions and notes. We mentioned one thing to note here is that I didn't see in the other either. Is different folk or different audiences like kind of qualify, say, duplicate information. What else did we mention? We will create a document to track this, right? We said.
That could be easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we will do it not in this call, so we can think about it a bit more. Cool. Any other thoughts on the website? And no, nothing else.
This is good.
Cool. Any other topics? No. Good. Well then, thanks everyone. See you in the next one. Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you.